Hi, welcome to this step-by-step guide on how to use and integrate the AnyAlt widget for token buy. At the end of this guide, you'll be able to set up a simple page like this that allows users to buy your token from any chain. The sample token for this guide is Jasmine. Jasmine is a token on Ethereum. And using this widget, anyone who has funds on any of this chain can easily buy Jasmine without leaving this page. And so users can be able to buy your token wherever they have funds without leaving your protocol to bridge or to find routes themselves. We'll see how that works as soon as we're done with this guide. So let's get started. First, we want to review the documentation. It's good to note that this documentation for the widget supports React app. So at the moment of this video being recorded, AnyAlt widget supports React. If you like to use AnyAlt on any other technology apart from React, like Vue, Angular, and the rest, you have to use the SDK. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to use widgets because it supports React, and that's the case study for token buy. To review documentation, we want to, of course, install the React package, which means that you must already have React installed. If not, please check the documentation for React on how to install React or follow the steps in the description of this video on YouTube. The first, install the package after you installed React. The second is to import the font family. So the AnyAlt widget has built-in templates, the dark mode and the white theme, the dark theme, yes, and the white theme. So you can select which theme you want. But there are two different built-in templates for token buy and deposits. And deposits are for those who like to do staking, who like to do pre-sales, who like to do any other yielding, the deposit functions that their protocol or use case demands. But for the case of token sales, this particular token buy template is what we're going to use for our guide. So the thought is to wrap up the application with your providers. You can decide how you want to use this. So for example, for projects who already have a running React app live on the website, can decide how they want to structure to accommodate for the widgets. For those who are yet to set up their page, I would like to create a simple one-page token buy page using React. Then you can follow the guide, this particular guide through and through, and then input the button on the buy button on your page to be able to call up this particular blocks of code. We're going to see how this works very soon on VS Code. And then this last part of the documentation for getting started shows the other input configuration details, input token, final token, token buys, templates. We'll see how this works exactly in VS Code. So let's get started. You can also explore the API references and of course the customization theme guide, how to customize it to fit into your own branding. All right, let's get started. So I will use VS Code. You can decide to use whatever code editor you're comfortable with, but for the purpose of this tutorial and this guide, we'll use VS Code. As mentioned before, you must have already installed React. I have React already installed using Vite, and that's why we have the node modules here. And so you must already have installed React on your own app. If not, you can check in the Vite documentation how to install React using Vite. But it's much more simpler and it is a modern build tool for React and the other JavaScript framework as well. All right, so after that, the next is to install the AnyAlt React package and dependencies. So simply copy this. npm is what I'm using. If you choose to use yarn or pnpm, then that's fine, but npm is what we'll use for this guide. Get back to Visual Studio Code and then we'll paste this. Okay, it's not pasted. A moment. You have to copy that again. So highlight, Command C, and yeah, we'll paste it. I'll run it. So what's a while for this to get completed? All right, this is done. The next on the guide is to import the fonts family. As mentioned, we need this because the widget contains already made templates for the token buy and the deposit UI functions. And so we'll copy all of this and head over to source and app.css, into the CSS rather, and we'll replace this with this. So the error you're getting is because it's a CSS file and we cannot import using this import method. So we have to add an at import here, which will fix all these issues. So we'd have at import for all of this to fix this error. Yeah, and that's fine. You can save that. The next is to copy the wrappers for providers for query client provider and widget provider. And heading back here, we would input this in the app.gsx file. We'll copy and paste and save. The next is to import the widget. This is where most of what we need to customize, especially for your preferred token, will happen here. So let's copy all of this and head over to widget.gss. So you can decide, as mentioned, it depends on how you want to structure your own code and how your project already is. You can decide to put this on main.gsx file, but I choose to have a different file of widgets and then call it up on the main file. So we copy and then we paste. All right, that's done. We'll save. And that's that. That is the last step on here. So it's time for us to customize. As you can see, there are a lot of customization items here. And there's objects, the symbol, the address, chain ID, the name, the chain type, the logo URL. And because we are using token buy, the use case for us is token buy. We want users to buy our token from different sources. We do not need to bother ourselves with this object of final token. If your use case is to receive deposits into a vault or any other deposit kind function or use cases, then you can bother with this particular object of final token. But in our own case, we don't need that. And then the API key. The API key is important because we would give issuers unique API keys to projects and protocols for their own integration. And to request it, you request the API key from documentation to be sent to you, and then you can integrate that on your end. So let's go to VS Code and edit this. So we scroll down to where our concern is. So as mentioned earlier, during the sample that we showed at the beginning, we need Jasmine, and that's the Jasmine token. We can put the symbol Jasmine. This is the contract address for Jasmine. It's currently on their screener, so you can simply copy the contract address that you have and replace it here. Because we are on EVM, so chain type.evm. If your token is on Solana, then this changes from chain type.evm to chain types.solana. But because Jasmine and the use case we have now for the sample video is on EVM, Ethereum, so we'll put it .evm. And then chain ID is 1, Jasmine is the name, and then logo URL. This logo URL automatically, the widget calls up the logo URL, but if it doesn't show, then you can add it manually on this particular site, just to just to confirm and to avoid any case of it not showing. All right, so now we have the API key. We have the widget type. As mentioned, there are two widgets types, or templates that AnyAlt currently supports with the widget at the moment, and that is token buy and deposit. So if you are on a deposits use case, then this changes to deposit token deposits. But now we are on token buy, so we'll leave it as token buy. And that's pretty much the customization we have at the moment. Of course, if you want more uh the more branding editing you want to adjust to fit into your dab or whatever you have, of course you can play around with this, but for a simple page use case this definitely can do. And so we click on save, and then let's run the app. So let me clear this. Yes, and then we have npm run dev, and that's the local host. So we head over there, and then I think we just hit an error. Okay, let's troubleshoot. Let's do inspects and see what the error is, what the issue is. So AppG doesn't provide input name default. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, let's troubleshoot this. Oh, okay, I got it. So this is the same as this. So simply change this. Yeah, that's fixed. Okay, it was a case issue. All right, so let's go back to testing this. Open. I'll close this console. So as you can see, we are set and Jasmine is ready to be purchased from any chain. Let's test it and see how this works. And as you can see, the widget handles all of the UI, all of the purchase journey and UI. Just simply need to integrate the widget on your application as we've seen, and everything is being taken care of. And so I would connect to Solana and attempt to purchase this token on Jasmine on Ethereum. And so I would get, okay, I have to put in, this is 0.05. 0.05 is 0.05 SOL at the moment should be around, okay, that's $6.41. It's almost $7. And that gives us 396 Jasmine. And let's connect to wallets. So 2 wallets is needed. EVM, which is Solana, sorry, which is MetaMask. So I connected MetaMask on here, so I'll do that again. MetaMask, it's connected, fine, and Solana. The reason why we need 2 wallets, as you know, we are going to deposit from our Solana wallet. We're going to pay from Solana and get the Jasmine token on Ethereum. So I have funds on Solana and I want to get Jasmine. Ordinarily, I would have to go bridge and look for the best fees and look for the best route to take to get Ethereum to buy Jasmine. But the AnyAlt widget can allow me to purchase using my Solana and I get the final token, which is Jasmine, on my Ethereum wallet very fast. You can see that the AnyAlt has routed this particular transaction and using relay protocol. And so it checks for the best routes and the best fees constantly. So we currently would proceed once. So this is it. So we have relay protocol, and that is the fastest route. And so let's get started. Execute transaction. So we would be prompted with this particular order. It is showing you an overview of the transaction. And this is from Solana to Ethereum. We're going to bridge using relay protocol, and this is the gas fees. And yes, execute. And so we're going to sign the transaction for this particular execution, and then we are good to go. So we have transaction approved, and we're going to wait. This shouldn't take too long. So it's swapping. As you can see, it's giving you the steps. So what's going on? So it's swapping at the moment. Once it swaps, it gets to the destination chain, and then you get your token as soon as possible. So this is going to take not less than 10 seconds from now, I think. All right, so still processing. So just to confirm, I know I already have Jasmine, about 11. Okay, it's added now. it just added. So as you can see, it increased while I was checking. There was 11 at the time, and then it just added the one we just got. So it's still wrapping up this transaction. So we've already got that in definitely less than 10-15 seconds. Yeah, and then it's done, right? And then we click done, really confirm that, and that's it. So yeah, this is simply how this can work. And you can, this is the open button. You can be a buy token now, whatever you decide to put it there. You can adjust the button across the screen. And yeah, that's basically how you do that. So do not forget to consult the documentation. Request API key will send API key to you, and you can simply customize all of this to suit into your use case as we've seen on here. And then you can simply deploy, run, and then you have it. So it takes not more than 30 minutes once you already have the React app installed. And even have the React app installed, you can install React, and that also shouldn't take more than 30 minutes to execute, and then you can deploy. As usual, if you have any question, we're always active on Discord to support whatever issues you have technically, on Telegram as well. So you can connect, and then we can be happy to assist as you expand your liquidity offerings to users from other chains.